What's up, guys? Rob D, Swinging Crypto on Twitter and YouTube. I'm going to quickly go over some DigiByte news. Last night, Poloniex had this tweet after kind of going at it with Jared Tate. After careful review, we decided DigiByte is not qualified per our listing standard. We will delist DigiByte soon. Details to be announced. Now, personally, I think this is quite unprofessional, childish, however you want to call it, for an exchange like this to be doing something like this on a whim because of someone's tweet. It is what it is. But yesterday, Poloniex had, this is the volume they had yesterday, DigiByte BTC pairing, $30,000 worth of trading there. And then on the USDT pairing, the Tether pairing, they had a whopping $961. So if we take a look at CoinMarketCap today, let's refresh this, and we have an let's look at reported volume. Let's look at both. So reported volume on the DigiByte BTC pairing has moved up to $115,000. You can actually see that on the chart by this giant volume stick here. We're about 12 hours into the candle today. We can expect to see, if this plays out, if it doubles, you're looking at a 10x over yesterday's volume. This could be people switching over to BTC, as a safe haven because Poloniex is going to delist it. They could be moving it over to BTC to move it on to a different exchange. So who knows? There's definitely fear in the market for DigiByte now, I guess, because of this. So that's why we're seeing this dump down today on the DigiByte BTC pairing. We did have a MACD cross, so it was kind of expected for it to dump down. Who knows what exactly is going on? This could be just good timing FUD, just to push the price down. We're now under our EMA ribbon, the 8, 13, 21, 34, and 55. We have to see how we close the last 12 hours today, but the volume's definitely coming in. We had that explosion of volume. We haven't had volume above the average, since November 22nd, and it's been pretty much hanging out under that line for most of the last few months, honestly. So definitely a big amount of volume coming in on the BTC pairing. Likewise on the USD pairing, we got a big volume stick there, pretty much dwarfs the rest of the the volume up to say August, except for this outlier here, November 21st. But yeah, they're doing about, let's see what their dollar pairing was. I think it's about maybe 1,400 or so. They were 60 something, I think. Let me see. There we go, DigiByte USDT. Yeah, about $1,700. So that's about double from yesterday so far, and we still have about 12 hours on today's candle. Adjusted volume 115,000, pretty much the same. And yeah, same thing, 1,700 on adjusted and reported. So yeah, the volume definitely spiked. I would say we're looking at somewhere in the 7 to 10x range on the DigiByte BTC volume, and probably a 3 to 4x, I guess, on the Tether pairing. So we're definitely dumping down on the BTC pairing. We're under that EMA ribbon. We got the MACD cross. It's looking slightly bearish. The USD pairing it's still looking pretty flat. We are going to get a MACD cross probably on. Yeah, we did already. Histogram tick down. So we got that cross there. We'll see where DigiByte starts to find support now. But back to Poloniex again. I think it's a little ridiculous. Josiah is pretty much calling them out. Jared's calling them out. There's a lot of people on Twitter calling them out. So there's certainly other places to get DigiByte. So this is not really a big exchange. Poloniex is, I can't say anything bad about them on a YouTube video probably because I'll get, who knows, it'll get taken down or something, or whatever they decide to do. But so I'm not going to talk badly about Poloniex. So I think it's just a little bit childish what they're doing. It's definitely unprofessional. You expect to onboard new crypto users, and you're an exchange pushing. Let's take a look at Poloniex. Let's see what they're doing. So Poloniex is doing about $33 million in volume a day. Most of their volume is coming in the form of Bitcoin to USD pairing, roughly 57%, and then Ethereum rounds out the top 5 at another 22%. So most of their volume is BTC and Ethereum, which is definitely understandable. Probably like that on most exchanges. But yeah, you guys can scroll down this list and see how far down DigiByte is. So they're nowhere on this list. But that's going to change. This is probably yesterday's information. We won't get today's volume probably until a little later on today. But yeah, they're 115 on their BTC pairing. So that's going to round them out. Oh, there it is, DigiByte BTC. So they're in the top, they're in the top 17 now, and then the USD pairing is nowhere in sight. It's down here somewhere 78. So, and that's going to account for 0.35% of Poloniex volume on BTC, and practically nothing on the USD pairing. So it's less than 1% of Poloniex volume is with DigiByte. So I'm not overly concerned. This is just going to naturally push the price down because of fear, from people who don't know about the volume that Poloniex is doing. So there's certainly much more qualified places to get DigiByte. I still think that they need that, that home run exchange, Coinbase or Binance or something like that. Although I'm not in love with either exchange. Coinbase, I would prefer Coinbase over Binance, but it is what it is. So, take a look at some of Josiah's things that he's been saying about Poloniex. Same thing with Jared. They're pretty much right on the money. But as far as people are saying that Jared has an issue with how he presents himself in the community, and it doesn't look good for DigiByte. He's a bad spokesman. He's a face of DigiByte, so on and so forth. You can't have it both ways. So there's the DigiByte Jared Tate side of it, where he's invested in DigiByte, he pushes DigiByte, his tweets are put under a microscope now because of that. Any type of exchanges that don't list DigiByte, is ultimately blamed on Jared and his actions. And then you have the flip side. You have Satoshi Light Charlie Lee, who designed Litecoin. He held Litecoin up to 2017. He laddered out. He capitalized on an extreme bull market. So Litecoin went from about $4 to $400 something on Coinbase, 420 I think it was. So he laddered out. I think his average sell was in the low 200s. People always constantly saying he sold the top, blah blah blah. I highly doubt Charlie sold his entire bag at $420. So if he didn't do that, then shut the fuck up because he didn't sell the top. Right? He laddered out. He sold at like 90, 2 something, 3 something, whatever. Just how normal people would ladder out. You see a graphical and parabolic. You got to understand the markets and you got to know when to ladder out. you're not going to guess the exact top. So what he did was he laddered out, and he's still criticized till this day about it. So you can't have both ways. You can't have Jared's side where he's invested in DigiByte and he pushes it and so on and so forth, and then you blame him for exchange delistings and non-listings, and then everything gets put on him. And then you also complain about Charlie Lee when he sells his bags, and you say he so-called dumped on his investors and dumped the market, which is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. So the trolls out there have to decide which way do you want it, because you can have it the Bitcoin way, which is you have no clue who the fuck designed your coin. We have Satoshi Nakamoto, a pseudonym for somebody or an entity, who knows what it is. He holds over 1 million coins in total, which is 5% of the total supply ever. And you just have there's uncertainty whether or not he's going to, if he's even alive or dead, or it's a government, if he's going to dump one day. I don't care how thick your order books are on Bitcoin. You're not holding up a $1 million sell order. All right, so there's three sides to that coin. You have Jared Tate and DigiByte, you have Charlie Lee and Litecoin, or you have Satoshi and Bitcoin. Which way do you want it? Apparently everybody likes the Bitcoin way. Bitcoin's the greatest thing on earth. Satoshi's never going to dump. He can't dump. Blah blah. Whatever the argument is. But the bottom line is the guy, whatever it is, government set of people. I don't know what it is. Nobody knows what it is except him or whoever's behind it. 5% of the total supply, and it can be dumped. It can be dumped on everybody. So if that's the way you want it, that's fine. That's not decentralized. All right. So the total supply is obviously not 50% of the total supply is in control of him, but 5% is a really good portion. And for something that doesn't have that high of a market cap, it could be pushed down really far if these people or this person decided to do that. So which way do you want it? You want it the DigiByte way, the Litecoin way, the Bitcoin way? Most people obviously are going to say the Bitcoin way, but just think about it for a second. The supply can easily be dumped. 1 million coins can be dumped on the market. Market sell, bam. This, every exchange flash crashes to pennies again, dollars, whatever it may be. So, the Bitcoin maxis, the people who are blinded by everything, Bitcoin this, Bitcoin that, censorship resistant, all this other stuff. Yeah, it's liquid. Of course, it's the most liquid crypto out there. But I don't give a fuck. You're not holding up that order. 1 million coins, it doesn't matter what your order books look like. You're not holding that up. All right, so every single crypto out there has issues. There's benefits and there's issues. So you gotta look at all that and come to the conclusions that you come to. Invest in what you want to invest in. But you can't trash the DigiByte way and the Litecoin way, because they're two totally separate ways. Charlie Lee distances himself from being like a centralized entity of Litecoin, and Jared is still in the game. He still has skin in the game. And then another thing about Litecoin, like Alex Cobb, another YouTuber, another regurgitating fudder. All he does is pull up these articles about Litecoin Foundation. I don't know how old Litecoin Foundation is off the top of my head, but sure as shit, if the Litecoin Foundation collapsed today, tomorrow, next year, it would have no effect on the Litecoin price. Okay, the Litecoin price is set by supply and demand, market shares, all that stuff, miners, all that stuff. All right, so whatever the Litecoin Foundation does, whether they're broke, whether they have money, it has no bearing on what Litecoin, the currency, does. So Alex, it's the most retarded argument ever. Litecoin Foundation has no money. Every single one of his videos, he's got to say something about Litecoin. So I challenge him to shut the fuck up, or have one of us on your show to talk about it. We could talk about Litecoin versus XRP, Bitcoin versus XRP, whatever you want to do. All right, Bitcoin Ben would probably be perfect for that. You could have any one of us on there. So I challenge Alex Cobb to have one of us on his show to go over this nonsense. All right, I bet you he won't though, because he's got his little group of people that he's worked their minds. Banks use XRP, banks this, banks that. Yeah, you know what? Banks use fucking toilet paper too. All right, banks use paper. They use toilet paper. They use fucking pens and pencils. They use computers. What the fuck does that even mean? Banks use XRP, okay? And fucking Amazon uses fucking delivery trucks. What does that mean? Does that mean the delivery trucks are going to be fucking worth $1 million? No, it doesn't. Does that mean the company that makes the delivery vehicles is going to skyrocket? No, it doesn't fucking matter. So you keep feeding this shit that XRP is used by banks like that's supposed to be the time factor to the price. Ripple owns most of the fucking XRP. How much more centralized can you get? Don't give me this fucking node garbage and all this other stuff that Ripple doesn't control the nodes. Whoever controls the money controls the fucking the asset. Don't give me this shit about the fucking nodes. All right, now I'm ranting. This video is too long. Sorry, I got a little heated there, but some of the shit's just got to be said. It's ridiculous. People get the shit in their mind, and then their tunnel vision. They don't want to see anything else. But I'm a realist. I'll talk shit about Bitcoin. I'll talk good things about Bitcoin. I'll talk shit about Litecoin. I'll talk good things about Litecoin. It doesn't matter. If I look at the information, I come to my own conclusion, and that's it. Whatever it may be. Is Litecoin the greatest thing on earth? No, it definitely isn't. I support Litecoin. I support DigiByte. I support Bitcoin. But every one of these things have things that are great about it and things that are bad about it. So there's not one thing out there that's the greatest thing since fucking sliced bread. So everybody needs to calm down, do their own research, stop talking out of your ass, stop regurgitating nonsense, and come up with your own conclusions. All right, guys, I'm done. I'll see you on the next one. There's probably gonna be a dip on DigiByte now because of Poloniex. Looks like Bitcoin is increasing in dominance. We got an EMA ribbon flip, so the dominance is continuing to grow. It's got to break like 69, 70%. Dominance. This chart shows differently than what TradingView has, but it pulls its information from TradingView, but it's slightly different for some reason. So right now the dominance is, let's see, about 60. It's showing 67.1%. So, and then on TradingView, it's showing 69.5%. It's all relative up and down, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's still pulling data from the website. So however it's pulling that data is going to be the same throughout the cycle anyway. So it doesn't matter if it's off a little bit. It's going to be off throughout the entire chart is what I'm saying. So, yeah, so the dominance is going up. This could be, let's see, about 60. It's showing 67.1%. So, and then on TradingView, it's showing 69.5%. It's all relative up and down, so it doesn't matter. I mean, it's still pulling data from the website. So however it's pulling that data is going to be the same throughout the cycle anyway. So it doesn't matter if it's off a little bit. It's going to be off throughout the entire chart is what I'm saying. So, yeah, so the dominance is going up. This could be in preparation for halving. Maybe Bitcoin sees a pump in dominance. Alts flood into Bitcoin, so on and so forth. MACD crossed. EMA ribbon basically flipped. It's holding support. Yeah, so we almost have a full flip on the ribbon, maybe a few more days. And it looks like it's getting back up over the lower time frame. EMA's on the weekly. So it's back up over the 8 and 13 on the weekly. We got to see if it closes there. We got about, let's say Thursday. We have 3 more candles left. So 3 more dailies. We're still, it looks like the MACD's flattening off a little bit. Your histogram's kind of converging. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see what the next week looks like and how the close looks like on Sunday. But yeah, it looks like it could be Bitcoin season soon. We have to see. Bitcoin's been moving pretty volatile lately. So yesterday we had that Bart Simpson. That was this candle here. And then today we're trying to push back up to that price range. So MACD looks like it's expanding now. So we'll see how that goes. But other than that, thanks for watching, guys. Feel free to hit that like button and subscribe. I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.